Probability is will a specific event occur, and how certain are we that the event will occur. The certainty that we adopt can be described in a numerical measure, and the number is located between 0 and 1. 0 occurrences mean no chance, and 1 means every time. For example, the probability of flipping a coin and getting heads is 50%. We assume that after flipping the coin 100 times, that in the long run, we'll get 50 heads and 50 tails. The more times we flip the coin, the better chance we have of getting that probability. Use the coin toss program to answer the following questions. Flip the coin 5 times. How many heads and how many tails? Press the back button on the browser. Click the coin toss program to reload the program again. Flip the coin until heads and tails are equal. What is this number? This might take a while. When you're done, press the back button on the browser. Click the coin toss program to reload it again. Click the toss button 100 times. What percentage of heads and what percentage of tails? Turn in your answer to your instructor. Probability theory is applied in everyday life and risk assessment reliability. The lottery relies on probability theory. Lottery officials calculate the probability of one person getting all the numbers right. The odds are stacked in favor of the lottery folks, and your chance of winning millions of dollars are very slight. Slot machines are calculated using probability theory. Casinos want to have just a few big payouts and take in much more money than they ever pay out. We'll use probability in the next day's assignment as it relates to random numbers. Any particular number has an equal chance of being chosen. We will use random number assignment to determine which of our survey to examine and determine the target market of marketing mix elements. You can see here every time you push spin, it spins the slot machine, and if a 7 comes up, it shows a picture of a slot machine. What we really want to do is this part of the program down here. We want to put in a really large number of times to spin, and we'll let the computer calculate the probability for each wheel. So if we put in 100,000 and we say the probability, we know we have 10 different spots on the wheel, so we should get approximately a 10% probability of getting a 7 on each wheel. Over here on the right, it also shows what the probability of getting all 3 7s is going to be. So this takes a little bit of time, but you can imagine doing this with a calculator, how long it would take you to do all of this stuff. You can see right here, I think it's just about, it'll come up here, it'll show each spin and what we got. See, the first spin was a 9 and so on and so forth. Here's our percentage, the next percentage for wheel 2 and wheel 3. And look, we're right at about 10%, which is exactly what we would expect from this simulation. A simple random sample is similar to putting the names of all students in your school in a hat and then drawing 300 names. A more scientific approach is to use a computer to select these students from a list of all students. There are many companies that will sell targeted mailing lists of dog owners and lists for many other categories. We could have the list include all dog owners in the United States or California, but these lists would be huge and costly to sample. If we take a county that we believe is representative of the whole country, we can then expedite the process and reduce the cost. Some companies even update these lists on a regular basis. In Santa Barbara County, for example, there are 88,410 people, 2.5 persons per household. If we divide 2.5, we get 33,364 households. 63.2% households in Santa Barbara County own a dog. Next, we multiply by 632, and we get 22,350 households with dogs in Santa Barbara County. These are the people we're interested in viewing and including in our survey. The response rate to your survey is dependent upon a number of factors. How long the survey is. You can see if we scroll down and take a look at this, we see our survey has 38 questions to it. Respondents should be able to quickly answer the questions in the survey. Should not take more than 10 or 15 minutes to complete. If you promise the respondents a copy of the results, that will increase response rate. Brand loyalty and brand recognition influence response rates. One of the biggest reasons to answer an online survey is the compensation received. What are you going to give them as an incentive if they complete the survey? Follow-up emails encouraging the respondent to complete the survey are also effective, increasing the response rate. It's been shown that such follow-up letters increase participation by 25%. You as the market research person should draft an email asking respondents to go to the website listed to answer the question. Remember to include some pictures, your logo, and contact information. Let's look at the results of the survey returned as in the way of form mail to your email account. The subject will say Designer Dog Survey. And this is what it looks like on the right. So you can see Q1, Q2, Q3. Those stand for the question numbers. Remember, we had 38 questions in the survey. So that's how that's keyed. And then the general idea of the question, like purchase dog, or do you use a computer, or how much you spend online, those things are kind of abbreviated. And then the answers appear next to that information. So if you scroll down, you can see all the different answers to the survey, all 38 questions. Some of the demographic stuff is here at the end: age, income, sex, occupation, and those kinds of things are all included in the survey. Our next chore is to kind of, out of this whole survey, all the things that we've collected, is to come up with the random numbers that we need. We need 271 random numbers according to the size of our survey. So we had a population of 10,057, and we're going to start getting random numbers. You can see the first click, we came up with 6,331. And what we're going to do is, you don't actually have to do it because I've done it for you, but I use this program to create 271 random numbers out of the 10,000 that we used, which was our population size. So that means that every single one of the 1 in 10,000 has an equal opportunity of being chosen for the survey to make it truly random. And you can see the different choices that we get and how the numbers work. You can also, if you need to, you could reset the program, and it'll tell you that the form was cleared or the numbers are cleared. And then you can start again with a random number thing, and you can see it started with click number 1. Here's an example of using Excel. You can see I put the record numbers down along the side, 1 through 271. And then as I was using the random generator program, I entered the numbers next to the record numbers. The reason I'm using Excel is so that we can make sure we don't have any duplicates. So I'm going to sort it now, and it's on the Data tab. I selected the 2 columns that I want to sort by. Click the sort box, and I want to sort by the random number. I want to go from smallest to largest. And I know you can't see that on your screen right now because it's kind of cut off, but select smallest to largest, and then you can click the sort button, and it'll go and put all the numbers into the exact order that you want. And then once that's done, we can kind of try to find duplicates. The random number generator program itself does not weed out the duplicates. So here we can look down and see if we had any duplicates, and I'm not sure. I'm not going to go through this, and again, that's something you don't have to do. I just wanted to show you how that worked and how this random sample was truly obtained. Once we've weeded out the duplicates, we might have a few less than 271, but I think for what we're trying to do, that's probably close enough. When these surveys come in, you want to batch them and put them in piles of 100. And cross off the name of the respondents. I would make a list of all the people that I'd sent the survey to. Remember, we have their email addresses. We will send a follow-up email to those who have not responded so we can increase the validity of our survey. We need to write the record number and the random number on each survey, and then we'll pull out all 271 of the ones that have a random number assigned. These are the records that we want to use to create a file. And again, this part of the thing has all been done for you. The idea being is we just want to see how the marketing research thing works. Now we've got just a ton of data, and we have to figure out what we're going to do with it.